Hi, it's Anne from The Useless Crafter. Today we're doing a print and cut project. So I use this a lot for birthday parties, birthday shirts. So this is actually for my daughter. It's a Star Wars theme, so I'll show you what that looks like. It is her squad, her Star Wars squad. Now, print and cut is super, super cool because pretty much you can take any image and you bring it into Design Space and you flatten it. When you flatten it, it knows to print, and then you'll do print and cut. A couple things about print and cut that you need to know. You're limited to this space. So you see the registration marks? This prints out so that when you send it to your Cricut, it knows where to cut all around it. So it cut perfectly around the balloons, in between the spaces, in between, like right here. It knows to cut everything, so you don't need to do any of that. It looks perfect. But my image, so some things that I do to work around this sizing limit is that I also have the words 5 and fabulous on here, but I didn't include it in here because I was gonna cut it on vinyl or cut it on another print and cut thing if I wanted to. So if it's not attached, I would separate it so that you can max out on this size and then max out on something else. It's not a big deal when you're working with little kids shirts because usually that is the size that you want anyway. But in this case, I actually wanted a little bit more. So let me show you what I did. So really quickly, let me show you what it looks like in Design Space. Okay, so I'm gonna flip this around. So these are my two images. It says 5 and fabulous at the bottom. When you go to make it, so you're gonna click make it, and this is, Cricut is, Design Space is a little bit slow right now. So while that's loading up, I'll tell you what I would do. So I'm gonna show you how I weed. This is Cricut glitter iron-on. I love it. It feels like I don't even need my tools. It really feels like, when you were a kid and you ate fruit roll-up, except right now it didn't really cut all the way through. So give me a second, let me go this way. Normally, because that's my my daughter had a request that her American Girl doll also has a matching shirt. So sometimes when it's too small, you don't get those awesome results. But so you can see, like, I didn't even use any tools. I used my fingers, although what the heck is going on right there? There it is. And I'm just peeling it off. I see a lot of complaints about Cricut vinyl and iron-on and how people only use sizer, I think that's what it's called. I have not really had an issue with Cricut materials. So I don't know what that's all about. I feel like I run into the same issues no matter what brand I use. It depends on your design, I think a lot of times, and sometimes you're gonna have a bad batch, but that is my take on it. So, okay, so let me cut that off. We'll weed the little one, maybe not on camera, because I'll wanna kick somebody. Okay, so 5 and then fabulous, okay? So I'm gonna weed out all the little pieces really quickly, and you can see I'm just doing it with my fingernails, actually. And then I have the and in gold, and maybe I do need a tool. Okay, here we go. Oops, I saw it come up. There we go. And I know glitter vinyl is, iron-on vinyl is so hard to see, but I'm not really seeing right now, I'm just feeling. And so I'm gonna peel out, I know that ampersand has the little cutouts. Okay, so here we go. We have the and. All right, so I'm gonna work on her image, but Design Space came up. So this is what it looks like. When you go to make it, it has this little image pops up. And what you wanna do is you wanna say continue. When you click on continue, it will prompt you to send to your printer. So you need to send it to your printer, and what happens is it will print out like this. You will feed this onto the mat exactly the way it looks on your computer. So if it tells you to put it in this way, then you want to put your mat on it like this. You don't want to put it this way. Sometimes it'll tell you to put it this way. It needs to know because it's going to read the registration marks and then it's going to cut all around it, okay? So after you send it to the printer, what will happen is I'm going to click on continue. So here's the prompt to send to printer, okay? So you send it to printer, or you can say, I've already printed it. Now I'm not connected to my Cricut machine. Then once you've printed it, it will ask you what material is this. So I chose dark printable iron-on, and then it will cut all the way around. So I already sent this, sorry, I already sent this to the printer, obviously, and also to my Cricut machine to cut all around it. So I will show you what it looks like when you peel it. So you kind of just want to flick it up a little bit and then start to peel off your image. So what I end up doing is, because this one it has all the birthday hats, so I like to peel down all the birthday hats because I don't want anything to rip, because it is, while it's sturdy, it is still a delicate material. So you see how I'm kind of pulling it down a little bit? I'm gonna pull the top down. This is her raised bun. So I'm kind of pulling it all the way down. And she has another bun right here that I wanna, okay. So I think I kind of have all the pieces. So I'm gonna slowly just peel down. And it's amazing to me, at least, you know, how your Cricut can cut the delicate pieces. Like, I'm gonna show you in a second, but those balloon strings are fabulous. So I'm pulling it all off. And see, look at those balloon strings. I mean, they're awesome. It cut out this whole thing. Okay. So I'm gonna put that aside. I just wanna show you how to do print and cut. So my other tip is I like to iron down the middle so that I have a visual cue of what is centered. And then I'm gonna put my 5 and Fabulous on here. The way I designed it was it all went on one. Where's my little, oh, there it is. Now, because this and is all one piece, I'm actually gonna take it off so that I don't have to deal with the transfer sheet getting in the way at all, okay? So, and I'm gonna look at my original design to see where does the 5 line up, where does the Fabulous line up, just to make sure everything is good. But so far, I love this. So I'm going to trim this down so that the transfer sheet, the sticky carrier sheet, does not get in the way of accidentally being on top of something else. I think I'm gonna move this over a little bit more. And it is so slow today. I want to get to my original image inside. Okay. I'm almost tempted to just bring up another tab and just to bring up my thing. Okay, so I have 5 underneath the balloons, so this is over a little bit more. And then I have the and right by this guy's foot, and then Fabulous over here. So I think that looks pretty good. So I already have this at the right temperature according to what I have. It always makes me so nervous I'm gonna burn something. myself really is what I'm nervous about. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this. And you want to make sure that everything is laying flat, like those legs curled underneath, okay? Everything's laying flat, nothing is sitting on top of each other. And just know on a shirt, at least for a little kid, they're never standing still. So I'm not too worried about it being exactly straight because there's no such thing. Okay, so I think I have everything down. I think this is perfect. All right, and then I love my Teflon sheet, so I'm gonna put that on top. And I'm gonna press just a little bit to get my glitter iron-on off the carrier sheet, okay? So I'm gonna let it go for just a little bit. Maybe 5 more seconds, okay. And pick it up, and let's see what it looks like. Uh-oh. All right, so I'm gonna take this off. And then really press down, and hopefully everything works. Okay, so the countdown for 30 seconds. In the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can weave this. This is for the little shirt. So the printable iron-on, you just want to follow the directions of that actual one that you buy. This one I bought on Amazon, so I will make sure that I post the actual product that I use so that you have it too. I've used it many times and I do like it, but I haven't tried too many things. Okay. Let's see. And you want, oh, mother freaker. That did not work. Wow, that did not work at all, actually. My image totally stuck to my... You know what? I should have been more careful. Darn it. Because everything else laid down. Oh! I don't think I can fix this. Oh, mother. Okay, so I'm going to pull what I can off. And then I'm going to, oh man, it looks so cute too. I'm going to print it again. And I'm going to lay that on top of it. Okay, that happens. Everything else looks really good. What a bummer. Let me show you what the shirt looks like. So my left-hand side, for whatever reason, it didn't work. So I'm gonna reprint it. What a freaking bummer. God damn it. Okay, so that was disastrous. So what I did was I reprinted it, okay? And now I'm going to actually send it to the Cricut machine to cut so that you can see that. My printer, this is fine. I mean, what's nice about making mistakes when you're using your Cricut is that you can get the same identical cut to just lay on top. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So Give me 1 second while you follow me over here. So I don't have Bluetooth on this one. Don't ask me why. I just don't. So this printed out this way, but your machine will tell you which way to put the mat in to feed it in, okay? So you're just gonna follow that. You're gonna select Printable Iron-On Dark, which is what I bought. And then I'm gonna put it on my mat. I like using my brayer. And we're gonna cut it. So the reason why I like the brayer is I use it for all my projects. It makes sure that the piece is down really good so that your blade is cutting where it should. And it just makes sure that you get a clean cut. So I definitely highly recommend using the brayer. So, okay, we're gonna press 2 shirts. This time I'm wondering with the printable iron-on, if maybe I shouldn't use the Teflon sheet, so we'll test that out. And we'll use the little cover sheet that is very similar to the one that you would use with infusible ink also. So let me just move all this out of the way. I've prepped, the little doll shirt, so let's do that while we're waiting, okay? So let me put this on here. And just make sure that everything is laying flat. You don't want anything to be curled under, like in this design, like the hats, the legs. You want all that to work out. And I think I'm good. Let's put this on top. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna press down and start it. That right now is cutting, you can hear it. So I will peel it off and I'm just gonna lay it on top. I've definitely had that happen before where, I don't know, some black mark got on it. So I've just pressed it twice on top. I mean, granted, I don't, excuse me, I don't sell these shirts. So I would probably redo if I was selling, but you know, for your own personal use, I think it's okay. Fingers crossed. All right. Oh, and I forgot, see, I was talking, I forgot to pull off the transfer sheet for the glitter iron-on. And this is gonna drive me insane, so give me a second. I transfer sheet from earlier. That's what happens when you're not tidy, right? Okay. So you want to gently pull this up because it does still stick. And I think I'm going to push it down. I'm actually going to press it just a little bit longer for the glitter iron-on, just for a couple seconds. And I'm just pushing it down so it sticks to my shirt. And much better. So this is her little dolly shirt. It's pretty stinking cute. 5 and Fabulous with her 5 crew. Okay, so let's put that aside. Let's fix this shirt, right? Okay, so again, you want to just peel off And I will show you what the shirt looks like. And I don't want to go too fast because that's when you make mistakes. So I am again gonna peel from the top and just get a little bit of the hat down on all of them. Just so we're not ripping anything delicate here. It is kind of fragile. I mean, I guess if there's any time to make a mistake, now is a good time so that you can kind of see how I would fix it. It would have been nice if I could just talk to it instead, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm almost done peeling. Okay. Okay, so we have all our pieces. So let me start peeling it down further. And this should lay perfectly over the original messed up one because I didn't change the dimensions. And so it should print out exactly the same. The Cricut should cut it exactly the same. All right, so let me show you what this looks like. This hot mess of a shirt. So the balloons got all messed up, the top of the hat right there, okay? So let's move this out of the way a little bit further so I don't burn myself while I'm showing you this. Lay this flat. Let's take this new piece, lay it on top, exactly where it should go, okay? So make sure you do that before you press. And remember, it shrinks a little bit, so you're gonna have a bigger outline in some places, but it's okay because no one will know what this shirt is supposed to look like. All right, so here we go. Let's put this sucker back on. Make sure everything is covered. Make sure everything's laying flat. Here we go. All right, start the timer. I think this shirt is super, super cute. She's gonna wear it tomorrow, so let's see. Okay, it's counting down. It feels great. You know, there's nothing peeling up. So there's that. All right, 5 more seconds and then we'll see how this works out. Okay, so just kind of smoothing it out. I almost feel like it's hot, and I should, okay, better peel that up before that gets on some other one, some other project. Okay. Looking good. I can't even believe that happened. Success. So here is the shirt. So you can see, you can't even really tell that there was a mistake and we had to redo. So we have this shirt and this shirt, and we're done. Let's call it a day. All right, thanks guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you next time. Bye.